For the longest of times, Godot vs Unity have been the biggest game dev challenger has ever walked this planet. You know, this game was made with Unity and this game was made with Godot. It is just a battle that refuses to end. So when I was challenged by an experienced Godot game developer, not Inferno, to make a game in just 24 hours, I was like, challenge accepted. But we only have 24 hours, so let's get straight into it. The first thing I decided to do was to make a player movement script, any player movement script. Of course, I didn't have any idea on what to make. So after like a few minutes of using the Blackthorn Prod player movement tutorial, I decided on what the game was going to be about. With the Blackthorn player movement tutorial, nothing came easily for me. First of all, the player was just unable to check what ground was. And this was bad because I wanted to implement a multiple jump system, and this was giving the player unlimited jumps. I guess the Flappy Bird thing is just haunting every single one of my games. I fixed this in a very hacky way, whereby when the rigid body's velocity on the y-axis is equals to 0, you just say the player is on the air, or to explain it simply, player up, player equals up, if you get what I mean. This also didn't work perfectly, so let's not speak of this again. Just imagine it works. Okay, how about we work on the platform behaviors? Making the platform work took me a couple of minutes, and I had been awake almost all night working on this game, and I was tired at this point. But after making the platform work, I decided that I was going to make bullets, projectiles in the game, because it makes it way more interesting. And using a simple tutorial by, this guy, I was able to make the projectiles work. And by work, I mean only fire in one direction. Why? The problem is the projectile would just not turn to the direction the player was facing. I did hours of research to fix this, but nothing would work. I tried changing the local scale of the player, but nothing will work at this point. The z-axis of the player, the local scale of the projectile, the z-axis of the projectile, making a separate script for the flip, re-importing the player, rewriting the movement code, nothing was working. I spent half of my time working on this, by the way. I started by 12 a.m. and it was already 5 a.m. Everything else in the game that I already implemented at this point was working, except the projectiles wouldn't flip, so yeah, let's leave that for a future me problem. I then decided to set up all the text aspects of the game because texts make game look good. Yeah, I think. And after setting up the text in the game, there were only two aspects remaining, which were the enemy and the projectiles. While making the enemies, all I had to do was take one of the sprites that were already loaded in with the pack and imported them into the animation side of Unity, and it was sprite sheet animation. I love sprite sheet animation. You don't need too much work, no bones and shit. So yeah, it was pretty easy. It took me a couple of seconds to just drag the sprites in and animate them using the animator control. I just made some conjunctions, and Unity, please find a way to make this easier. Without a tutorial, I could not do this shit. But yeah, to make the enemy AI work, all I used was some simple move towards function, which made the enemy move towards the player. Dang, I'm really good at coding at this point. Then I also worked on this cool collision effect, which was from the assets pack and almost broke the game. What the hell is going on? I didn't use the Unity particle system because I wasn't good enough. I wasn't worthy of using the Unity particle system. It is just too good for me, and I'm just terrible at particles. But yeah, okay, now that we are done with all the other aspects of the game, it's time to go back and try to fix the flipping system. I am coming for you, flipping. Okay, yeah, I feel very dumb. Only one line of code? And after everything, I missed the deadline, so I asked him for an extension of the deadline, and he was like, okay. So I took some time to refine everything, and after everything, this is what he thought about the game.
And beat my high score. Okay, shoot the flying items. Control for shoot and WD for movement. Okay. I like the movement. But what's that red number up here? Let's try and beat the high score. If I touch the level, will I die? Should we try? If I beat the high score, I'm gonna try to touch the lava. What is that red number? I don't understand. Is it the lives or something? Let's try. Oh yeah, definitely. We're getting there. I beat it. Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna run to the lava. No, nothing happened. Okay. Alright. It's a good game for a 24-hour challenge.
I'll take that. Honestly, I'll take that. I've never gotten actual feedback on my game, so I'll take that. And if you want to play any of our games, the link will be in the description below to my itch.io and his itch.io, and you can watch his video. The game he made was in a whole different dimension. If you like this video, don't forget to check out the new like animation YouTube added, and also I used Notepad as a game engine, so you might want to check that out.